Welcome back to our channel, where we make the deepest mysteries of science simple and clear for everyone. Today, we are going to answer a very basic but very powerful question. Backhand index pointing right, what is an atom? You may have heard this word in school. Atom. You may know that everything is made of atoms. But have you ever wondered, what exactly is an atom? How small is it? What is inside it? How did scientists discover it? And why is it so important for our lives and for the whole universe? In this video, I will explain everything about atoms in very easy language. No complicated equations, no difficult physics words. Just simple ideas, powerful stories, and clear explanations. By the end, you will not only understand what an atom is, but also feel amazed at how the entire universe is built from these tiny, invisible wonders. So let's begin our journey to the smallest world inside us. The idea of the atom. The word atom comes from the Greek word atomos, which means indivisible. Thousands of years ago, both Greek philosophers and Indian Vedic scholars had similar ideas. In Greece, a philosopher named Democritus said, "If you cut a piece of matter again and again, one day you will reach a particle that cannot be cut anymore. That smallest piece is called atomos, the atom." In India, our ancient rishis also described the atom. In Vaisheshika Sutras, Maharishi Kanada called it Anu, the smallest particle that makes up everything in the universe. So the idea of the atom is actually very old. Humans have been wondering about it for thousands of years. But here's the amazing part. At that time, they had no microscopes, no technology, no experiments. They only had their imagination and deep thinking. It was only in the last 200 years that science could actually begin to prove the existence of atoms. How small is an atom? Now let us understand just how small an atom is. Imagine you take 1 grain of sand. It looks tiny, right? But do you know how many atoms are inside 1 grain of sand? If you take a single drop of water, it has about 10 sextillion atoms. That's 10 followed by 21 zeros. So atoms are unimaginably small. You cannot see them with your eyes, no matter how sharp your eyes are. Even the most powerful optical microscope cannot see atoms. To see them, scientists use special machines called electron microscopes. Size-wise, an atom is about 0.1 nanometers across. A nanometer is 1/billionth of a meter. If you enlarge an apple to the size of the Earth globe showing Europe, Africa, then each atom in that apple would be the size of a blueberry. This shows just how tiny and mysterious atoms are. What is inside an atom? Now comes the most important question. Backhand index pointing right, what is inside an atom? Many people think an atom is like a solid ball. But actually, it is mostly empty space. Let me explain. Every atom has 3 main parts. Protons, positively charged particles. Neutrons, neutral particles, no charge. Electrons, negatively charged particles. At the center of the atom is the nucleus. The nucleus contains protons and neutrons. It is very tiny, but very heavy. Almost all the weight of the atom is in the nucleus. Around the nucleus are electrons, which move in orbits or shells. The electrons are extremely light, but they define the chemistry of the atom. So the structure of an atom looks a bit like the solar system. The nucleus is like the sun. The electrons are like planets moving around it. But remember, this is only a model. In reality, electrons do not move in simple circular orbits. They exist in clouds of probability, called orbitals. Protons, plus, and neutrons sit tightly in the nucleus. Electrons move around, balancing the charge. This delicate balance makes atoms stable.
Discovery of the atom. Let's take a quick journey through history to see how scientists discovered the atom. John Dalton, 1803, he proposed the atomic theory. He said, "Everything is made of tiny, indivisible particles called atoms." At that time, no one had seen atoms, but Dalton's theory was the first scientific step. He discovered the electron. He said the atom looks like a plum pudding, electrons inside a positively charged soup. Ernest Rutherford, 1911, He did a famous experiment with gold foil. He discovered the nucleus, a tiny, dense center of the atom. This was the birth of the nuclear model. Niels Bohr, 1913, he improved Rutherford's model. He said electrons move in fixed shells around the nucleus. Quantum mechanics, 1920s. Scientists like Schrödinger and Heisenberg discovered that electrons don't move in neat orbits, but in probability clouds. This is the modern quantum model of the atom. So, from a solid ball to a plum pudding to a solar system to quantum clouds, the idea of the atom kept evolving. Why are atoms important? Now you may ask, okay, atoms are small and interesting, but why are they important? Atoms are the building blocks of everything. Matter, every object around you, your phone, your chair, your body, the air you breathe, everything is made of atoms. Chemistry, the way atoms join together makes molecules. For example, 2 hydrogen atoms plus 1 oxygen atom equals water, H2O. 1 carbon atom plus 2 oxygen atoms equals carbon dioxide, CO2. All of chemistry is just atoms combining in different ways. Life, your body is made of atoms, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus. Without atoms, there is no life. Energy. Nuclear energy comes from atoms. When the nucleus is split, fission or combined fusion, huge energy is released. This powers nuclear plants and even the sun. So atoms are not just theoretical. They are the foundation of matter, life, and energy. The atom is not just a small particle. It is a miracle. It is the bridge between science and spirituality. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, every star in the sky, all are made of atoms. And inside every atom, the whole universe is reflected. As the Vedas say, Yatha Pi Tatha Brahm, as in the atom, so in the cosmos. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe bell for more amazing videos.